I'm upset cause Isidore is trying to use my mother to come after me. And I'm telling you that I ain't gonna stand for it, Clarice. You wouldn't have to be worried about your whorish mother if you hadn't schemed your way to the top. Then why not let the whole world know that a deadbeat knocks you up, Yvette? Just leave it alone, Max, and move on.
Clarice, I demand to know what went on between you and Vivian. Drop it, Lorenzo. Vivian has been living in this estate for nearly a whole month now. I don't want you making it difficult for her.
How's Yvette holding up, Dee Dee? She would have been doing better if your boyfriend ain't interrupt us. We've been waiting here for an hour, Ben. Sean should have been here by now. Where could he be? Sorry I couldn't provide you with a proper Buddhist funeral, Sean. Having this done on our property was the best I could do.
Your bastard shouldn't be here in the first place, Lorenzo. And I told you that I refuse to listen to you talk like that when it comes to my daughter, because that's what she is, Clarice, and you need to learn to accept it. I already have, but you're trying to make me accept her as a member of this family for as long as I live. That is never going to happen.
What are you talking about, Dee Dee? I was at Shirley's diner when, out of nowhere, Max comes up to Yvette, asking her to tell him who got her pregnant. Did Max explain why he felt the need to know? He felt like he deserved to know because his name got mixed in the rumors when everyone found out Yvette got pregnant. Just be patient, Quinlan. How much longer do I have to wait? You read the text. He said he'd be on his way over. Sean knows the time, location, and that he's supposed to be meeting with a 16-year-old girl named Helen. He could be running late. Clearly, since we're here, like, sitting ducks, Ben, what if Wade got a hold of him? What do you mean exactly? Wade might have figured out that Sean would try and meet with a minor and get her to work at the parlor. What if Sean figured out that this was a trap? I'm sorry it had to come to this, Sean. I really am. The last thing I ever wanted to do was end the life of my own flesh and blood. Hopefully I was able to run the girl off who was texting your phone and she realizes that she won't be meeting with her at all. But you know what our father taught us, Sean. The organization is our first priority. Too bad you decided to forsake all that you've been taught.
I know how hurt and angry you are with me for betraying you, Clarice. And I can only imagine how much it hurt that I never even confessed to what I did for so many years. But Vivian is not to blame for my actions. She never was. But she is to blame for the schemes she came up with to snatch Russo Jewelers away from our sons. Actions I knew that an illegitimate spawn of yours would commit. Vivian wouldn't have needed to scheme her way to becoming CEO if you hadn't exiled Shirley the second you discovered I got her pregnant. I'm telling you right now, Lorenzo, I refuse to live my golden years seeing your bastard lavish in the birthright that belongs to Gianni and Isidore. Clarice, are you up to something?
I know that Max is upset by everything that went down, but I agree, Dee Dee. He has no right to know who the father of Yvette's baby is if Yvette isn't ready to share. It looks like Max will leave Yvette alone, but can you make sure he does? To be honest, Dee Dee, I really don't know if I could be of any help. Max really wants some space right now. You kidding me? JJ and I backed off. He should try and work things out with you. Can you blame him? Max and I probably wouldn't have been distant if you and JJ hadn't interfered in the first place. Just relax, Quinlan. How can I, Ben? How can I when there's a chance that Sean won't come and that the opinions are laughing at us right now? Give him some more time. I think I know how to make time go by quicker. What do you mean? We'll just have to send a text to Sean and let him know how long Helen will be waiting here. Let's just leave the text alone. If he replies, at least we'll know that he plans to get here, Ben. I'm gonna have to spare Mom and Lucas of the gory details of your passing. For as long as they live, they need to assume that you decided to run off in fear so no one would figure out what you did to Danny Clark. I'll do my best to make sure that Mom thinks you ran off to protect the family. For the first time in your life, she'll actually be proud of you. Wait a minute, you're not really here anymore. But Mom will have to believe that you hadn't entered the afterlife.
I'm not planning anything, Lorenzo. I hope not, because I refuse to risk losing any more time with my daughter in my golden years.
Are you alright, Nona?
Not at all, Alan. It's time that we start going after that bastard, especially after the way she just spoke to me.
Can't say you're wrong, cousin. Believe me, I really wasn't trying to hurt you. I honestly thought I was protecting you, and I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, Dee. I already told you that I forgave you, so I shouldn't be bringing it up. This distance between Max and I is frustrating. Valentine's Day is coming up soon, Vanessa. Do you think you and Max will be able to make amends soon? I don't know. I'm not even sure if Max and I will even make it as a couple by Valentine's Day. Did Sean respond?
I'm sorry, Quinlan. I feel like such an idiot standing here. You shouldn't. We did the best we could. Try and stay positive. I know we'll find a way to stop the opinions.
How, Ben? If you ask me, this was the only way we were going to get Sean to confess to what he did to Danny. I'm sure you've already transitioned into the next life. Whatever you reincarnated as, feel free to visit. I promise not to choke you next time. That is, if you learned your lesson the first time.